This is an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar called Ask Larry Anything. Hi, my name is Larry Jordan. With the pace of development slowing for Apple Final Cut Pro, here are my thoughts on what I see as its future. Keith asks, this is a bit tongue-in-cheek, but should us Mac users be grateful that we have Final Cut to ourselves, or should we feel selfish? Now, I am a huge Final Cut Pro fan, but Apple is not doing us any favors. What we've seen is that Apple develops pro-level software to sell pro-level hardware. But as soon as the software is not driving hardware sales, their interest falls off. We saw this with some of their earlier software, but we're seeing it currently with Final Cut. If we look at the development cycle over the last 3 years, roughly since Apple's Silicon was announced, the amount of effort that Apple puts into developing new features inside Final Cut has dramatically fallen. Now, they still update it, they fix bugs, they make sure it works with the latest operating system. I'm not saying that Final Cut is dead, it isn't. But if you compare the development in Final Cut with what's happening in DaVinci Resolve or Adobe Premiere, Apple is definitely falling behind. And I think because it's motivated to drive development in Final Cut by selling hardware. But we no longer need to buy a Mac Pro to be able to edit video. We can edit 12K video, with an M2 base model processor. Now, we'll do better with an M2 Pro and an M2 Max, especially if we have fast storage. But we no longer need the top of the line to be able to do top of the line editing, and I think that has affected how Apple looks at the development of Final Cut. Now, I'm going to continue using Final Cut every week. I'm going to continue writing about Final Cut. But I think, like all editors, we need to define ourselves not in terms of the tool that we use, but the results we achieve. So it's worthwhile learning Premiere or learning Avid or learning DaVinci Resolve so you have multiple tools in your toolkit. So people hire us for our storytelling skills, not simply because we know how to run a particular software tool. This was an excerpt of a recent Power Up webinar called Ask Larry Anything. For the complete version of this online training, please visit my store at larryjordan.com/store and look for Webinar 358. By the way, when you need to stretch your training dollars, membership in our video training library saves you money and time. You can access all our videos for a low monthly price of only $19.99. That's almost 2,000 movies, hundreds of hours on a wide variety of subjects. Plus, premium members can download practice media and projects. Our training covers Apple and Adobe software. We update it multiple times each month, and for more information, visit larryjordan.com/membership. And thanks.